my post yesterday. What did I post yesterday? Where am I? Oh my goodness. Okay, no, I'm here. I'm here with you. It's Thursday, which this is going to throw me off to do coffee and magic on Thursday. But it's a necessary thing because tomorrow at 8:45 is the only time that my magic hairdresser can get me in. And listen, I love you guys, but this I have to wear a bobby pin right now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do what we got to do. Okay. We are going to talk about this eclipse, and um, you're going to be fine. And pull some cards about it, and it's going to be great. Okay. Just letting you know ahead of time. No, I won't even wash it. Like this is just what's you can't feel it with your fingers, but when I tell you it's crunchy, it is crunchy and ungovernable. All right, so we have people feeling worn out today, defeated, heavy. We had a good session last night with normalized magic workshop friends, and we kind of worked out the kinks with this energy, I think, right? Do my normalized magic people feel a little bit steadier um this morning? Because that was helpful for me anyway. Um but yeah, check in with yourself. What are we 1 to 10, with 1 being like no good, thank you, and 10 being like yeah, no, I'm really good, thanks. Thanks for asking. This is water, not vodka. Oh, babe, I hear you on the crying. I'm always half a breath away from tears these days. So, all right, we're a mixed bag, which is totally appropriate. We're going to focus our attention on this eclipse because it's really important. And I just want to say to you that again, we're we are in we are living in a time where everything is falling apart that needs to fall apart. This isn't gentle, peaceful, or pretty. It's really painful. Okay? It's breaking all the bones and sometimes burning the structures all the way down to the ground. We have been talking about this for quite some time, and I will admit that even though especially in like 2020 and 2021, I was channeling so much and getting so much of this information. Even though I was doing that, I will admit that there were times when I was like, oh, like, I'm channeling this through, but like, that's not really going to happen. And like, I'm saying that, right? Not to invalidate my own work that I do, but I was like, well, maybe it won't happen. But it is happening, and it has happened, and it will continue to happen because we have collectively made an agreement, even if we don't realize it, all of us don't realize it yet, but we've collectively made an agreement that enough is fucking enough, right? And we don't want to do this anymore. There are so many this, like this that we don't want to do is so many different things, right? But maybe we can focus on what we do want to do. What do we want to do? What do you want to do? And I want to tell you this morning that taking care of your energy right now and your mental health it's got to be your top priority. Sitting and absorbing the terror and pain and images from what's going on wherever you choose to tune in, because I also want to remind you this is not the spotlight is on this right now, and the spotlight's going to shift and be on something else later, just like it did. I mean, it's hard, it's dizzying to keep track of all of this. But remember, just because the spotlight is on this right now doesn't mean that all the same things aren't still happening everywhere. The spotlight keeps shifting and we're like, oh my God. But remember, the show has never paused. We just see what we are seeing. Okay. The work has to be here now. You have to prioritize your mental health, your physical safety, your body, and your healing because this is how we change it by not saddling our children with our traumas, with our prejudices, with our unconscious biases, by showing by example that we can heal and we can reconnect because that's really at the base of all of this is there's a severe disconnection between people, right? And that's what we need to be focusing on. Your life is really important even though it may seem insignificant in the light of other things, but I just would tell you for this time of your life, please focus on yourself. Please do that. A lot is changing with so many people right now because that's what's happening. Like that's the energy. It's happening in the macro and it's happening in the micro. You can only work within the micro right now. So pull all of your energy there. Now, with this eclipse that's coming up, um, I just posted a TikTok saying, "Hey, if you are a tired person right now and you're like, I don't even know what to do with this eclipse, just write down what your life is like right now so you can look back at it and reference. This has been the most invaluable thing I've ever done for myself because I did this the entire year for the most part of this year. And it has really, really helped me to see what the fuck is going on for me. Okay. If I didn't have written evidence, the time goes by too fast, the emotions are too big, and I forget important things, right? Especially cycles that keep repeating themselves. So you're going to want to remember, and one way to do this that might be helpful if you have not written anything down is if you have an iPhone, if you go back to mid well, just go back to April of 2022 and look at your pictures between like mid-April all the way up until May 5th, okay? See if you can remember life then if you didn't write it down, okay? See if it jogs your memory a little bit. I promise you, if you do that, if you check back at what happened during that first eclipse of the year, you are going to see that what's happening right now has looped back around and amplified itself if you did not handle some business back there. Or maybe there wasn't any business to handle, there was just an awareness of something, right? I'm going to guess it is like right in your face at this time. Welcome. Um, so do that for yourself, right? Do that for yourself. Take note. You don't need to do any rituals. You don't need to go howl under a moon or anything like that of this year, whatever year we're in. I'm sorry. I told you being here on Thursday would throw me off, and I'm like now in different years. This year we're in. This year, this May, 2023. 6 months ago. 6 months ago. And for this eclipse, just write down what's going on in your life. Just it doesn't have to be pretty. Just do what you need to do to write down all the shit that's going on right now so that in a few months you can look back and know what was going on right now. Do you see what I'm saying? Even down to like what you're eating, like what do you like eating? What don't you like eating? Like that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So that's what I have to say about that. It's cray, guys. It's exhausting, it's cray, and I don't know. It's wild. But here we are catching a ride on this insane energy, and it's going to spit us out in a different place. So let's do it. Okay. We are going to pull some cards now. If you're new to Coffee and Magic, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm here usually every Monday and Friday, Mondays at 9 and Fridays at 10. Also want to remind you guys that the Normalized Magic Workshop waitlist is open, so you can either DM me on Instagram or send me a message through my website, or email me, hello@sarahmala.com, to get on the wait list for the next round of Normalized Magic Workshop. And if you're like, what is that? It's a community and it's a family. It is the best thing ever, the best support group to ride through these energies you could ever hope for. Um, it's it's pretty magical, if I do say so myself. And we meet every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not have to be there live. Everything is recorded for you, and it's just the greatest group of humans ever. And I don't know what I would be doing without you guys, honestly. All my normalized magic friends. So if that is of interest to you, if you're looking for community and connection, go ahead and DM me to get on the wait list. I do keep the group fairly small. So there will not be a lot of openings, but if you're feeling a pull or you want to learn more about it, like I said, just shoot me a message. We can chat about it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you three things, and you tell me which one you feel most aligned with this morning. They're going to be kind of different this time. They're going to be three different things. Okay. Just really random. So the first one is going to be rose petals. The second one is going to be selenite. And the third is going to be sage. So we've got rose petals, selenite, and sage. What are you feeling this morning? Rose petals, selenite, and sage. It's like my accent changed this morning. I usually say selenite, don't I? Do I say selenite? Selenite. Selenite? Selenite. Whatever. Stephanie, I just saw your email pop up. Are you asking to be put on the newsletter, or do you want to be on the wait list for Normalized Magic? So rose petals, selenite, and sage. Hi, Rachel. Selenite. For some reason, my mouth wants to say selenite today. If you know me, as a person in real life for a minute, you will know that I often pronounce things incorrectly. I think my most famous pronunciation was tortoise, tortoise, right? I was pronouncing it tortoise. Um, so, whatever. Tortoise is how it looks, but it's tortoise, right? Tortoise shell. Tortoise shell. Tortoise shell. Oh, I don't know. All right. I'm shuffling. Tortoise. Tortoise. Oh my God. Okay. You know who's randomly here too? That has been packed away in my garage since I moved 6 months ago. It's Rocket. Do you guys remember him? It's been so long since Rocket came to play. So he's been here since last night's session. So woo. Okay. So anyway, let me come back here. We're doing rose petals, selenite, and sage. Hooked on phonics. It worked for me. Oh, okay. Hey, okay. Look, we're getting some different energy this morning. That's different for us. Love it. This is my milky oats tincture. What is this for? I don't know. I'm gonna have some. I need whatever this is. All right. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do this. So we've got rose petals, selenite, and sage. Those are your three choices this morning. Drop your choices in the thingy thing. And I know, maybe I should change it up every so often. This is going to be your rose petals. So just let me know when you're ready, and I will show you what has happened here today. Okay? Abiel, how you doing? No, 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 you need to sit. You need to go sit down. You need to go sit down. All right. Okay, everyone's ready. Great. Here we go. Hi, Denise. Okay. This is your rose petal message for this morning, okay? Look. It's Merlin. Protection, communication. Oh my God. What will be the story here today? I'm just glad it's different energy, honestly. Because fuck, right? All right. Hi, Vivi. We just started. So we've got rose, selenite, or sage. Those are your three choices, and this is rose. So we've got protection, the Merlin, and communication. Let's get to your story. So these two, boundaries and your voice. Protection is like, we're just like Xing out protection because this is old energy, and we're just putting boundaries and self-worth. Okay? Boundaries and self-worth. Okay? I'm not high, but thank you. I mean, I'm just how I am. So, with communication and boundaries, what's the story this morning? You don't have time right now for somebody else's circus or even your own circus, actually, now that I think about it. You just don't have the bandwidth. Okay? So when we say boundaries and communication, you need to be very clear on those boundaries for yourself. And I don't think you should be saying, I'm sorry, but, you know what I'm saying? It's more like just enough right now. You might need more quiet this weekend than you usually do at this time of the month. I know new moon tends to be a little more out than full moon as far as energy goes for some of us, but it's an eclipse season. So as we move into this weekend, just pay attention to what your needs are energetically and do not be afraid to communicate those needs, even to yourself, right? Like, I need to stay in tonight and not deal with this, and this. The reason being is that you need all of your energy right now for the big magic that's happening. Because whether you realize it or not, this Libra season is working with you to create some really big changes in your life. The structural integrity of your life before wasn't there. It wasn't big enough, right? And what you're building now is sound. So it's going to take a little more time because it's a quality construction. Okay. We're not buying any cheap materials this time around. We're cutting no corners. We're just really meticulous. So you need to get a little bit quieter, a little bit gentler, and a little less outside noise so that your magic can do its thing in peace. Okay. That is your rose message. Make things quieter so your magic can work in peace. Rose petal. The next one is going to be selenite or selenite, whatever you want. Ah. Do we love this color? Right? Yeah. I'm pretty jazzed about it. Just wait until I get my hair done. It's over. It's over for you guys. I'm gonna get my hair done and my nails done all in the same week. Like, woohoo! I'm ready for this eclipse season. Okay. Well, you know, here's something I'm gonna be telling you now. Tell me when you're ready for no selenite. Tell me when you're ready for selenite. You missed rose, but we've got selenite and sage are the next two. So welcome. Welcome to this. This is gonna be your selenite message. Okay. Love, grail night, forgiveness. No wonder this is selenite because it's like it's over here like, let me just clear you. Let's clear ourselves. You know, especially right around here. Ugh. Okay, here we go. So you've got love, the grail night, and forgiveness. And this is a story, and it's a little bit like, okay, but it's okay. So the grail night is Delulu, because that's the words the kids are using now. Okay. The grail night is all about seeing what you want to see. Okay. It's all about you have an idea of what you want. And God damn it, you are going to shoehorn all the players into the shoes that you want them to wear. And you're going to run around and say, look, they fit in the shoes, right? Oh, look, it's perfect. Oh, look, it looks like this. But it turns out that you were working way too hard to make things the way you wanted them to be. It turns out the shoes don't fit, okay? And ouch, right? Because you really wanted them to. But what's happened? Like what is this behavior of steady delusion that we may have been enjoying? We don't have to be mad at ourselves for this because this is actually the process of growing and healing, okay? So you didn't know what you didn't know when you didn't know it. So whatever. But you've been healing and growing to the point where you can no longer entertain that level of delusion, okay? That level of shoehorning things in, right? It should be easier. We had this discussion, right, Alex, last night in workshop. It should be easier. The old program says if it's worth anything, it has to hurt. If it's worth anything, we have to forge it out of fucking steel. But the new energy says if it's a brick wall, back up and like go a different way. Can you forgive yourself for all of the ways that you tried to make something fit in your life that doesn't fit? Can you forgive yourself for the part that you played in the pain that you might be feeling now or the the loss that you're experiencing now because of the fact that you tried so hard to make something work that wasn't going to work, right? Can you do that? And can you at the same time retain that sparkle of like innocence in your heart that says love is always, right? Love is always. It doesn't end, okay? It doesn't end. It shifts, it moves, it morphs, but we don't have to put conditions on our love. We do have to put conditions on relationships. We do have to put conditions on anything that affects our daily lives. Okay? And but not on love. But don't make the mistake of thinking that just because there's love means you have to make it work for you in your life right now. Um, I had a client yesterday who's going through a really painful breakup, and he kept saying, she said she loves me, but she obviously doesn't love me. It was obviously all a lie because she broke up with me. And that's a very that's a way of thinking that is really normal, right? Because we just think in our heads, like, well, if someone really loves us, then they would never leave. And if they do leave, that means that they never loved me. And it cancels out every single thing you ever had together, right? Why, guys? Right? Why? Why? I can honestly tell you, and maybe this is just me, but I have never stopped loving anyone that I've loved. I may not ever speak to them or see them again, but I've never stopped loving them. And that doesn't feel bad to me ever. That feels like it makes my heart bigger all the time because I don't need to hate anybody. I don't need to be angry. I don't need to do any of those things. If I have loved you, that's it. I love you. You may not be somebody who works in my life right now. We may not be good together, right? But it doesn't mean I don't love you. And I think we really need to forgive ourselves for having not understood that at other points in our lives. But just as when if you have kids, if you have more than one kid, you your heart expands. You're like, "Oh, I can never love anybody more than this." Your heart expands and you love even bigger. Same thing with your animals, right? You're like, "Oh, I can never love another dog like this dog." And then another dog comes in, and you're like, "I love you so." Like there's infinite love available to you, okay? But your boundaries are really fucking important. And so is your experience in this life, okay? You do not need to stop loving anybody. You do need to prioritize your energy, okay? And that is your selenite. Preaching to myself this morning. Oh, hopefully I'm listening. Am I listening to me? I can't re-listen, that's for sure. I really appreciate that you guys get on here and listen to me because sometimes whenever I go to turn on the YouTube to go stream because I'm streaming on 3 devices at the same time. My ADHD loves it. Um, my voice starts talking on a previous video when I go on my YouTube and I'm like because I cannot stand the sound of my voice. Like it just sound I'm like Minnie Mouse most of the time. Especially when I get excited, and I'm like, oh bless you for not finding that so super annoying. Oh. But I've learned that just because I don't like something doesn't mean other people don't like it, right? Because I've been doing this for a while. I even make meditations. So what am I talking about? No, I'm leaning into the parts that I don't understand and just moving with it. It's been my journey. All right, this is the last one. This is your sage. No peeking. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. Thank you. Oh, hi, Mary Beth. Haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, ready? Okay, we're ready. All right, so this is your last one. This is sage. You have the horse, everybody's favorite, lady of the lake, also fan favorite, and the eagle. Doesn't show up enough, quite honestly, right? So thanks for coming to the party, eagle. Okay, so what's this story? Let's talk about your boundaries again and your self respect. Let's also discuss asking for help and receiving. that help that you've asked for. Sound fun for us? Okay. All right. Actually, I mean, we are going to talk about that, but your sage message is a little bit different than usual. So, there is a it's a weird feeling. It's like when you decide or when you figure out or when you get to the place of loving yourself and liking yourself, it becomes more difficult to do things that are not in your best interest, right? So the more that you value and respect and appreciate your own self, the harder it is to allow other people to treat you in a way that is not in alignment with that feeling, right? Because it's like, well, I feel like I'm pretty awesome. Like, why are you treating me like this? You'll have a lot of questions, right? Like you'll have a lot of questions for people when they start being assholes because you're like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't deserve that. And it's not, I'm not stuttering. It's not a question. I don't deserve that for sure. And as you become more confident with that, with who you are, how you're interacting in your life, and liking that person that you have allowed to be, right? Um, it can be a little bit lonely and sad because you lose people. They fall away, right? Um, because they are not able to meet you at the level of respect that you now require. And that is okay. Our sage pull today, in line with that, is really asking you to stay the course of your boundaries right now, even when you feel like you're in a pocket of sadness or a pocket of doubt. So much is on its way. Like, Billy, can you not just for a second? Thank you. It's very distracting. He's got his like mouth in his ass. Um, this time, the horse is actually bringing the magic to you. So it's not so much the horse is not asking for help and delegating as much as it used to be because you already kind of like asked, right? It's like it's on its way. Did you ever see Mrs. Doubtfire when she's like, "Help is on the way"? Like it's like that. It's like just chill for a second. It's on the way. It's on the way. It's flying over. It's running over. Whatever. It's on the way. Hold your boundaries. Hold your self respect. Hold your shit together for just like 2 more weeks. Can you do that? Can you hold your shit together for 2 if you need to, like, break it up into small chunks, as in, "I will hold my shit together for 3-hour intervals." Do that. Just do it in 3-hour intervals, and then remember to go to sleep early so that you have, like you're knocked out for a while, and then you don't have as many hours to get through. Whatever it is that you need to do, okay? Whatever it is that you need to do, it's coming. Help is on the way. You are at you are at this place, okay? Um, you can do this and you are very supported. And I hope that, coming here and connecting with me and all these amazing energies and people reminds you that you're not in this alone. Like, remember, these are collective messages for Coffee and Magic, right? Even though sometimes doesn't it seem like I'm speaking directly to you right there? Think about that. Think about the fact that 3 card pull clumps. Ooh, I don't like that word. 3 card pull delegations are resonating with so many people at once. That means we are all having so many similar experiences. Okay. You aren't alone in this. It feels very isolating sometimes, but you're just not alone. And this is difficult. We can collectively agree hard shit be happening, but you already know what to do, which is less, right? Just Absolutely less. Just do less. Eclipses are about doing less. And I'll remind you what I said at the beginning. Just sit down and write down what your life is like right now. Snapshot of this present time. Include all the details you need so that you can come back and see how things have changed. This perspective this perspective will really help you as we surf through this next corridor of our lives together. Okay. So that is your sage. Um, it's going to be okay. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Just remember that. If you have sessions with me in the morning, don't worry. I will be there for that. That's why my hair appointment is so early in the morning. Um, what were the dates that you had said before? Oh, you mean like for May? Looking back to May, is that what you mean, Kate? If you're if you can look back, I told you to look back on your phone, right, about the last eclipse. So we're looking at I mean, look at the time period of April of 2023 all the way to May beginning of May 2023, okay? So, the reason I say a little bit earlier in April is because you might things probably started getting like weird around then. You know what I mean? Because that was like the on ramp to Eclipse. So you know how it's been weird as we on ramp to this one. It was weird then too. Like, we really like to forget things because it's better that way sometimes. But write things down so you can. And again, if you didn't write them down, one hack that can be helpful is if you have an iPhone, or I don't know if Android does this too, but go to April of 2023 on your photos and just look through them to see if you can remember whatever bullshit you had going on then. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Reminder, Normalized Magic Workshop waitlist is open. DM me on Instagram, send me a message through my website, or email hello@sarahamala.com to be put on the list. If you are curious about how that all works and how much it costs and all of that, you can DM me and I'll just tell you. It's not a super big secret and it's not complicated. It's actually also very affordable in my opinion, but we all have different ideas about that. Have a great day. I will see you on Monday at 9 a.m. Okay. If you are not already on my email list, you can find that on my website too. Um, but following me on Instagram is good, I think, because I put stuff in my stories. I put announcements in there. So anyway, I love you. Have a great rest of your day and goodbye.